Oh, wrong button there, Mr. Terry. Welcome to Horse Racing Today, Thursday, Gulfstream edition. Hopefully we can continue to build on picking winners. Yesterday, a pretty solid day. Hopefully we can build on that just a little bit more south in Florida at Gulfstream Park. Real quick, as always, we have some free picks today over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There's a link in the description below. I think the free picks today are Mahoning Valley, if I remember correctly. Yes, indeed. It is Mahoning Valley. I hope they didn't cancel because I don't see any scratches or anything there. Sometimes I don't pick the cancel tracks on purpose. It's just what I do. Over when the show is over, right here to horseracingtoday.net. Instead of Tampa Bay Downs, it'll say Gulfstream Park. Click on that, horseracingtoday.net. Smart sheets, explanation, tip jar, and a link to that free track. And then we'll post all of our picks as well as our thoughts. While you're there, hit that HRT gear button. Come on over here, 25% off. Sarah and I both picking number one hats today. I don't know if that's a good thing, a bad thing, but we're about to find out, starting in race number one at Gulfstream Park. We're going to run 5.5 furlongs, Terry. It's a maiden claiming race. We'll just touch on a couple of details real quick. 76 is that speed figure, that average winning one, something we pay close attention to. Terry, how many horses have hit par?
Well, take a look. There are only two of them have done that. 7 and 9 have both got either equaled or exceeded the speed par number for this race. And then there's 4 other horses that came within 2 to 5 points of doing it. There's only 3 that have never done it.
Yes, and over here on our Par Plus, we do 1,000 simulations where we spit out a speed figure, some super duper sophisticated and secret calculations. But here you see 416 times out of 1,000. War to Remember did post a speed figure in our simulations of at least 76. That guy right now is a pretty heavy favorite at 3 to 5, Mr. Terry. They got 1 minute they say to go, but usually down there that means about 5. 3-point speed figure edge for that 7. Simulation favorite, although the 9 horse could get the bias fit there. 8-point late speed edge on the outside. Every 5 points equals about 1 length. So that one should be rolling at the end and maybe win by as much as a length and a half, but not if you're looking for the jockey and trainer combo.
Well, a jockey-trainer combination of 7 is the best.
Yes, indeed. And then down here real quick, we'll want one final thing. Our race shape shows us the 5, the 7, and 8. They want a pilot. The 9 is a co-pilot. 6 wants to close. The 1, 2, and 3, they have not been within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. And the 4 making its first time start. Terry, one strong C-zone in here.
That's right. Take a look at that number 3, Happy Jack Express, 89.29%.
Yeah, without much more waiting, Terry. Let's take a look at your picks for race number 1.
Yeah, well, I like the 7, War to Remember. Drops in class today, best start speed among today's starters. Trainer and jockey have high win percentages, and blinkers are added to keep mind on business. Then I like the 9, Beano's Valentine. Ran second versus similar in last race, likes the distance. 4, Beach Friends, the 5 is my third choice, finishing the money in 2 of the last 4 starts. Has a high percentage winning trainer. Then Lobogo, the 2 is my long shot, may improve while returning to a sprint. Jockey also has a high win percentage. No bets for me in this race.
Yeah, I have the 9 horse in my top spot with all that late speed edge. Certainly is a bias fit because there's a strong, well, not a bias fit, strong inside out, but a very strong late speed edge, 8 points. Top total pace is 7 points. War to Remember, big speed advantage. Our simulations say it should be out on front. It is the simulation favorite as well as a yes horse with the 9. Pop that speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. The Andrew Beyer angle. Brick City, the 4 horse, the first time starter. And quite frankly, outside of the 7 and 9, I'm not sure there's a lot to beat in here. And then the 2 horse, Lobo Go. This horse is making its 3rd career start. Room for boom or bust today. No additional wagers for me either. They start to get themselves lined up for the opener there at Gulfstream Park on this terrific Terry Thursday. We know some of you like to get the daily double tickets in. That's the way we see race number 2. Terry, while they get themselves into the gates, real quick, how do you make sure you don't miss anything we do?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell so that they tell you when all the different programs are coming up. Go ahead and copy the link at the bottom and share it with everybody you know. They can come check us out. Go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Horse Racing, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and an X. Retweet. And also keep these comments and picks coming as we enjoy to see them.
Just a couple of seconds away from the baritones of Peter Aiello, great guy. When I was down there last year for the Holy Bull, or 2 years ago, Pete was very accommodating. I appreciate that. Take a look here. Do we see the 9 horse right there, 9-2? It's a good 11-1. The 5 horse, no value in the 5 horse. The 8 horse, some value in that. So you go 2, 9, and 8, maybe for an exacta box, trifecta box. Spend yourself, what is that, about $9?
Yes,
if it comes in, it'll be a lot more than $9.
Yeah.
All right, so they're all lined up. They got the side view. Just trying to get one horse to get into the gates. Doesn't look like the first-time starter's all that thrilled about making its racing debut, although it did go in finally. Not much additional prompting. Maybe a little bit of overcast day down there. Everybody's kind of dressed up a little bit. The 4 was a little sluggish to come out. The 2 horse popped to the lead, Mr. Terry, in the first race there. And then right behind it, you have the 5 horse making its way down to the rail to save a little bit of ground. But the 2 horse, Lobo Go, out to an easy lead. And when you got that 7 horse at 9-2, can't be too happy about that because that one was supposed to be on the lead, but he's not. The 2 horse, he's out there striding by himself. The 5 horse making up the most ground. The 7 horse looks like it's going to try to come a little bit at the end. Tight hold on it by the jockey, so maybe some effort. The 7 and the 9, they're really not making much of a move as of yet. The 2 of them are bouncing off of each other, so that doesn't help their chances at all, Terry. That 4 horse, after that stumbling start, he's going to find his way into second place there, Terry. It's going to go 2. Maybe the 4 horse is going to run him down. If he got off to a better start, I think the 4 horse would have been your champion today, folks. He's not going to be today. It's going to go 2, then 4, then 5, 9, 7. So between you and I, we had them all.
Yeah.
But what did we say up here, Terry? Well, we didn't talk about the 4 because the 4 horse.
First time out.
Yeah, so he didn't really get a set of odds on there, but was in the picks there. When you have a bunch of no horses in there, you got to pay attention, even if it looks bad, to that. And then you got on that. Well, that 4 horse at one point was 24-1. He got bet down to 9-1. So some big money came on him at the very end of the race.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, race number 2 is what we're going to do next. So this exacta boxes would have been nice. That was 12-1 over 9-1.
Wow.
That's probably going to be what, an $80, $90 exacta? Would you say, Terry?
Something like that. Yeah.
I would guess 2. All right, race 2 is up on our agenda. 5 furlongs on the grass. It does look overcast there today. So, I mean, if it rained, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these get moved off to all weather later on in the day. Like yesterday at Tampa, the last race got moved off the turf. Why? Did it rain or something there, Terry?
I have no idea why they did that, but of course, as they do, then it's all for the pick 4 and pick 5s.
Which just seems so odd to me because is that like the only track that does that?
No, there's other ones that do it. I've had that happen to me half a dozen times over the last 10 years. So,
Well, it worked out for us because you got the pick 4 2 times. I got it 4 times, and that'll work, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Would have been better if it was more than $20, but
yeah, it would have been better if they would have just went with the horses and not did all.
yeah. Well, it would have been $80 then instead of $20, right? Would have worked out the same. Except, anyway, 5 furlongs on the grass. You make their way around the track there pretty quickly. You would expect, as I would expect, that would be early speed favoring. And you know what it is, Terry? It is early feed speeding.
Yeah, it comes from off the pace. So,
well, this race, 56% of the time they win wire to wire. So it's big, and then a big inside to outside advantage. So speed does make a huge difference in the second race, Terry. And, well, not on the inside, but we got a Buffalo girl around the outside that might just go all the way around on the inside.
Yeah, the 6 shows a lot of speed with a 53.6% data number.
Scary to me on that horse too, Terry, because it had better early pace and better fractions last time out. A lot of times those horses do very well. We see that the 5-horse, better early pace, better late pace, but also a little bit quicker fractions. So those 2 horses showed some nice improvement last time out. That 6-horse has not finished within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. It's another maiden race it is. So 80 is that speed figure, Terry, and a few of them have gotten there.
Yeah, you can take a look at the 1, 3, and 7 have all got either equaled or exceeded the speed part number for the race. And then the 5 and the 4 came within 1 or 2 points of doing that. The only one has a no is the 6.
And again, here we see the 7-horse Downtown Row. 515 times out of 1,000 in our simulations. It did produce a speed figure of at least 80. That horse had an excellent chance today to run a number big enough to usually win here, Terry. As far as running a big enough C-zone, in other words, today's race will look a lot like their best performances. It looks like one of them has the best chance to do something it hasn't done, finish within 5 lengths of the winner.
Yeah, it's way up there, almost 74%, which means it's very comfortable in this race. Followed up by that 6 with a 53% C-zone number. We like to see a 50% threshold above that.
The 4-horse, unfortunately, doesn't hit our threshold for connections. Maybe a few others merit your consideration there.
Yeah, the 1 has the best jockey, the 5 the best trainer, but I think the 1 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
And down here for Downtown Row, we see something that I would pay attention to, folks. Second race upside. This horse, Downtown Row, with, I would say, not necessarily top end, but very attainable second race upside. That horse can run a speed figure up to 93. Remember, 80 is the number there. So well past the par speed figure, Terry. That horse also, if we take a look, it does have a pretty long straight late speed advantage. It is your top total pace horse. But the 1 very strong simulation favorite. Who's your favorite in race 2?
I like the 7 Downtown Row. Second in debut, top last race speed rating, bred for the turf. Dam has produced 5 of 6 winners, all on the turf, and strong trainer and jockey stats. There, I like the 1 Viola. Finished second last out, has a high percentage winning trainer, switches to high percentage winning jockey. Blinkers are added today. Champagne Brunch. The 5 is my third choice. The 4 races, the 7 class today features a top percentage trainer and jockey, and then Tis Ready, third last out on an all-weather track, has an early speed and may benefit from the short distance. Owns the top turf speed among today's field, and the jockey has a solid win rate. I'm going to play the very first Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4, 1, 3, 5, 7 with the 3, 7, 8 with the 1, 2, 4, 5 with the 4, 5, a $48 ticket.
All right, Private Ross, this is kind of unfair because there's a lot of races. Tell us which race it is, and I probably guess that Terry or I, one of it, would nail it perfectly. Let us know what race, and I'll tell you what your nickname was. You might have a little bit of fun with it, too.
Yeah.
All right. For me, I like the 7 Downtown Row, all that second race upside. If it comes anywhere remotely close to that, Terry, it'll be easy. The 1-horse Viola, simulation favorite, did show better early pace and late pace. Good chance today, but I read Ortiz to keep that forward position. Tis Ready, the 3-horse, next on my list. This guy's run pretty well on the Gulfstream turf. 5 times out, 4 of them runner-up. Just needs to be 1 horse today. And then Champagne Brunch, the 5-horse, next on my list. This guy's been off since November. The works are pretty solid. The turf breeding is pretty solid. The first up record is a little bit questionable. 137, 378, 45. And then, all right, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 for me. I think I can actually put another one in there, right? Yes, I can.
Well, that's a $45.
No, I can't. $45.
That's a $45 ticket. So
I can't. 9 times. What if I put 6 and it'll be 54? So race number 3. All right. So his nickname for the caddy coming up in race number 3. This should be fun, Terry. Both get a guess.
Yep.
And before we guess, we're talking about 5.5 furlongs on the all-weather. And this is the case where early speed does good too. Outside horses do better than inside horses. I'm asking for Buffalo Girls on the outside, Terry, with some gas when the gates open, and we got one.
You do. That 8 has a lot of speed, but the 4 might have something to say about it. They could break together and go head to head to the quarter pole.
Yeah, the 8 horse doesn't need to be on the lead. Neither does the 4 horse. Looks like the 3 horse is the one that's going to need the lead because that's where it runs its best. Got a lot of these horses all pressed middle forward. It could give the 2 and the 9, the 2 closers, an edge if they all go too fast. But neither the 2 or the 9 really grades out on the C zone to let us know that that might be the case.
Yeah, that's right. The 8 has the best C zone at 61%. And then nobody else is above that 50% threshold that we like to see, but they all have some kind of a number.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of horses that have a good shot to get forward and then have that big C zone. We see a lot of them definitely come home and run very well. The 9 horse, I love to win, got a great name along with the 8 horse dropping in class. 9 horse, better early pace, better fractions. I'm a big fan of that too. I'm a big fan of guys who know how to ride the horses, Terry. Which horse has that?
Well, the 3 is the best jockey according to the data. The 6 is the best trainer, but I think the 6 is the best drop jockey trainer combination.
Sweet Sash. 3-point last race speed figure edge. It's also your top total pace horse. Before, Terry, we move on to our picks, we have to pick the name of Private Ross in race number 3 for his, well, I have one guess. I'm going to go with Fluffy, Terry. What are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with Wind Rush.
Wind Rush?
Yeah.
All right, Private Ross. Hold on one second. Before you type it in there, I got to do the drum roll. All right, Private Ross. You got to hit us up in the comment section now. What was your caddy name? All right, Terry. What are your picks?
Okay, I like Sweet Sash, the 7, winner of the last race at Gulfstream Park, top speed rating, trained and ridden by high percentage winners on all weather tracks. And then Goodies Girl, the 3, ran second versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning jockey, can handle the distance. May Mischief, the 8, won 2 of 4 races at Gulfstream Park. Trainer has a 27% first off the claim win rate. Top speed at today's distance, fastest all-weather speed in the field. A lot of boxes marked off there. Then 4, Sarah's Rose was my long shot performance wheel at Gulfstream, winning 33% of the races here and can handle the distance. Features a top percentage winning jockey. No additional bets here for me.
I won 1 race. I don't need to win any more today, Terry. Fluffy, indeed. Would you fluff the lies for folks there? Is that what you did? You went out there and found their balls and made sure you gave them good lies? Private Ross? Maybe you can be my caddy then, because a lot of times I don't like where my ball ends up.
Yeah, you were right. He likes his name's Fluffy, yeah?
How about that?
But
when I was looking at the other names, it was the only one that made sense to me from a golf perspective. The only other one would have made sense to me was maybe I Love to Win, but that's not really a nickname. Elagio, I'm like, who the hell is going to call somebody Elagio? Yeah. Not a good girl. He's not a Sarah's Rose. Windrush, maybe. Sweet Sash, yeah, we won't get into that, even though it's 2026. So I figured Fluffy was the only one that made sense. All right. The only horse that makes sense to me to put at the top of my ticket here is the 8 horse. May Mischief should be out on the lead. It is the best bias fit and is the best C zone. Goodies Girl. Better in the second start after a layoff. And this one likes the distance. Has done it 4 times. 2 wins, 2 seconds. My math, that's 100% in the money. Sweet Sash. Top total pace horse in the race. Catching a little extra distance off the top last race speed figure. 3 points better than the next. And then a finale. I Love to Win was a tough call over Sarah's Rose, but I'm going to get better odds. But I got better early pace. I got better fractions, and I got a class drop. And I've seen this show up so many times, Terry, in the winner's circle too. Horses that showed improvement last time out, going against a little lighter company today. Those horses like to win, maybe appropriately named today. I have a 50-cent trifecta box as I put some of my bucks to work. I'm going to do the 3, the 7, the 8, and the 9. I hope to catch some prices with that. Best tip, carry the bag and give them the yardage. Yeah, that's what the those things are for now. The
I
shot
also
scopes.
I also caddied though in 1962 to 1965. So
What was your nickname?
I didn't have a nickname.
You just don't want to tell us?
No, I
All right,
don't.
let's just pick one for Terry from the names of the horses in race number 4.
Okay.
That's what you got. I already got it. There you go. All right, race number 4. They're going to go 6.5 furlongs. The profile of a 6.5 furlong winner. Early speed, 7 out of 14 actually have got to the lead and kept the lead. Again, we have another maiden race, Terry. So as we take a look at the maiden race, 75 is that speed figure that gets the job done. In race number 4, how many have proven they can get the job done?
Only the 4 has got to 75 or above that. The rest of them are all no's, and the 4 has a slight 25% chance to do it again today.
I don't know that we actually have a name in here we can pick for Terry. I think there's only one of 2. Either that's Samore, and that's kind of what I got Terry in that that Don Juan lover boy when he was a young man type guy with those baby blues. What do you guys think? So we have the way this race looks, Terry. A bunch of speed in here, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's really anybody's choice or just picks to decide who gets to the quarter pole first.
You know, what's interesting is only the 4 and 3 have finished within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. 1, 2, 5, and 7, they've not put up much of a fight. We don't have any first timers to contend with. We don't have any second race par ability to contend with. We really only have like maybe 1 or 2 horses to contend with too, with jockeys and trainers.
Yeah, the 2 has the best jockey, and the 5 has the best trainer according to the data. But the 2, I think, is the best jockey trainer combination. So
according to speed figures, it should be a romp for my girl Nina. Big time simulation favorite. Also your top total pace favorite in there as well. I think that horse, Terry, probably 3-2 might be generous if you actually get 3-2. I do think in race number 4, there's a good chance the 4 will win. What do you say?
I like the 4. My girl Nina placed 3rd last 2 races at Gulfstream Park. Top last race speed rating, fastest dirt speed in the field. Blinkers are added today. And then I like the 2 Angelic Quality, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. And this trainer wins 28% of the races the second time that he uses Lasix, and has a high percentage winning jockey. Artunhu. The 5 drops in class today. Trainer wins 26% of the horses in their second career race, and the jockey has a strong win rate. That's Amore. The 1, Rail Post, is winning at a 22% clip. Can improve or turn into dirt. It's my long shot. I'm going to play the very second Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4. 1, 2, 4, 5 with a 4, 5 with a 1, 3, 4 with a 2, 3, 5, 8, $48 ticket.
The 4 horse, my girl Nina, had my big speed race advantage last time. I was the only yes horse in the field, and in those maiden races, you got to have the only yes horses in the field. I can't tell you how many times we've had lone yeses win maiden races. It was a better with the early pace, better with the mid pace, better with the late pace. Should be even better today. And every horse has to either come up a lot, or this one has to basically stop compared to its last race with that speed figure edge. Artunhu, the 5 horse, next for me. Second race of its career, so it has perhaps the most upside. It is one of your biggest class droppers. Again, that's another pretty good angle when you're looking at maidens. Number 2, Angelic Quality. Chance for a big rebound in only the 3rd career start. So boom or bust material. And then the 1 horse, what is it? The big pizza pie in the sky. That's Samore. I don't remember that one, but was it
Dean
As Big as the Moon or something? That's probably a song you know.
Yeah, Dean Martin.
Dean Martin. It's on Terry's 33. He still has one of those that you have to crank.
I do.
You should. That thing's got to be worth some money, man.
About $500, I think.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh my Lord. Well, when I win my next pick 4, I'm going to buy it from you.
Oh, okay.
The 4-5 with the 5, 7, 8 with the 3, 4, 6 with the 2, 3, 5, 7, and 8. Another $45 ticket for me on my pick 4. Race number 5 ends the first half of the card today. In the 5th spot, we're going to go 1 mile and a 16th on the grass. And 1 mile and a 16th on the grass, closers do the best, although still a healthy 23% go wire to wire. So be first or be last. Somewhere there, you're a Ricky Bobby. Strong outside to inside, Terry, for race number 5. And very strong on the rail if someone's going to add to that 23%.
Yeah, that one is at 47% plus, so it has really good chance to get to the quarter pole first.
Yeah, and along with that, the 1 horse wants to be out on the lead, so it should be right where it wants to be. The 2 horse should be where it wants to be. These guys should be in stalking position. The 8, a closer, would like to see that closing number a little bit higher if that's the horse you were going to go with, although the 7, where outside horses with closing ability, that is a great fit. Terry, what's the best fit in terms of jockey trainer?
Well, take a look at the 5. It's got the best jockey and trainer, so it's the best combination.
Yeah, the 5 is also the only horse in the race so far to hit par. Again, it's a pretty big key. I can't tell you how many times when I go back and look at the races at the end of the day, I would say probably, and soon we'll have actual numbers on this, but I think about 70 to 80% of the horses that win are yes horses. I mean, sometimes you catch a maybe in there. In the nose, they're rare, and usually when they do hit, they hit at a pretty decent price. So as far as some other data in here, Call the Bullpen, a 6-point last race speed figure edge. Terry, that 5 horse, the only yes horse, big last race speed figure edge. Is it a big pick for you, race 5?
Yeah, I like the 5, Call the Bullpen. Won last race at Gulfstream Park, top last race speed rating, fastest turf speed among today's runners, and the trainer and jockey have high win rates. And then I like the 4, Curio Comedy, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, features a top percentage jockey. And then 7 is my 3rd choice, finished in the money in both career races. Trainer and jockey has a strong win rate and a good workout on January 26th at 5 furlongs. And then greatest 8 is the trainer and jockey have strong win rates, and the blinkers were added today. Also a good workout on 26th of January. So no bets for me here.
For me, I have the 7 horse, Noche de Damas. That horse has that big late speed edge, 6 points. Catching first time Lasix helps, and it's a great fit for the track bias. Number 5, Call the Bullpen. If it reruns its last race, that would be more than enough with that top speed figure, 6 points clear of the next closest competitor. The 8, the greatest. I'm the greatest. Muhammad Ali. Resume says that the second start after layoff is likely to see a big improvement from the first start after layoff. And then Finale, Cairo Comedy. This horse is making its 3rd start after a layoff. An excellent chance to see an excellent race with a strong C-zone. $5 exacta key box, 7 over the 4, the 5, the 6, and the 8. Just a real quick update for you on that opening race, Terry. The 2-4 exacta, I mentioned I thought it would pay like $100. It actually ended up paying, I think, 154. Is that right? Yeah, 154. The trifecta, well, let's forget the trifecta because neither one of us had that. But if you took our picks and you combined them, you added the 5 in, that would be a 5-horse, 10-cent superfecta. The box would have cost you $12, and the superfecta would have paid for a dime, mind you, $296.05.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a good way to start the day. Unfortunately, neither one of us did it. But before we start the second half of the card, Terry, let's talk about the way to make sure that next week, when we get back together for Parks on Monday and Tuesday, Tampa on Wednesday, Gulfstream on Thursday, and a return of Foreign Friday, the way you can join us is pretty easy.
Well, if you haven't so far subscribed to our YouTube channel, you need to do that and go ahead and hit that bell. That'll tell you whenever program's coming up about 30 minutes before it comes up. And then go ahead and copy the link below and share it with friends, neighbors, countrymen, everybody you know, so they can come check us out. Go to our social sites at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Skies at Horse Racing, the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. Go ahead and retweet if you're on Twitter. And go ahead and keep these comments coming and picks, as we really like to see them.
That's pretty funny. Brutus, Terry pulling out his Shakespeare today, right? Was that Brutus from Shakespeare? Or somebody Google that. Let's see. You know what Brutus did, though, didn't he? E2 Brutus?
Yeah.
Didn't Brutus stab his like co-host in the back?
Caesar, yeah.
Yeah.
Ete, Brutus, ete.
Is that what... do I have to make sure that you and I are never in the same room now?
No, that's fine.
So I see 1 mile, another maiden race. 81 is that speed figure. We take a look at this mile. It's important to note that it is a 1-turn mile. 2-turn miles, you're going to find those do act like routes where late speed is usually a benefit. Here in Gulfstream, 1 mile, early speed, 21% of the time. The horse that has the first call that wins the race to the quarter-mile marker will also win the race to the 1-mile marker. A big edge, again, for the Buffalo girls on the outside, Terry. In race number 6, well, the Buffalo girl on the outside.
There sure is, but there's also one in the middle, and then there's another one too. So it's somebody who knows is going to get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, I would probably say because you look at these numbers, they're all pretty similar. So sometimes you got to give the inside of horses the edge, although the 2-horse, it's a little bit of a left arrow action over there. The other ones want to be forward. The 6-horse, probably the most desirous of the lead because it runs its best on the front. Again, we talk about that speed figure being 81, Terry. Speed does matter. Trio of them have hit 81.
Yeah, the 3, 4, and 6 have all equal or exceeded the speed par number for this race. And then the 5 came within 1 point and the 2 within 3 points. The 1 is the only one that hasn't got there because it's a first-time starter.
Yes, and it's a Bill Mott horse, too. So I'm sure it's going to take in a lot of hot action in there, Terry. As far as some other data in here is concerned, Bill Mott, I did mention he's a top trainer in here, but who's the top jockey?
Well, the 4 shows the best jockey, but actually I think the trainer and jockey combination is 1.
Mm-hmm. Well, of the experienced horses, Playa Azul, so Playa, the blue player, that guy's 6-point last race speed figure. It is a yes horse. The 4-horse has a very strong chance of 578 out of 1,000 simulations. Whitehorn hit a speed figure that equaled or exceeded, if I press the right button, 81. 4-horse also, your simulation favorite, a heavy simulation favorite, about a 1.5 length late speed edge and about a 1.5 total pace edge. So early pace plus late pace says the 4-horse. 3-2 simulation odds, 8-5 morning line odds. Is it your odds on favorite, Terry?
Yeah, I like that 4-horse, as you can see there. Whitehorn or Whitethorn finished in the money in all 3 career races. Best start speed is fast among today's starters. Has a high percentage winning trainer, jockey. Spirit of the Hope, the 1 first-time starter whose dam has 3 winners from 4 starters and 2 stakes winners. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I like the 3, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey as well. Absolute Honor, the 6 is my long shot. Early speed running style helps the chances. So the shorter distance can help today. And features a top percentage winning trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me here.
Whitethorn should show more second start after layoff. We saw all the simulation advantages. The 3-horse, it's a yes horse, Terry. It's also your biggest class dropper in here. I find that to be useful. Down 1.2 lengths. Not a bad jockey trainer combination either. There's not a lot of red in there. So I think that horse has a great chance with the top C zone to get a very nice trip. Number 6, Absolute Honor, is the finale of the yes horses. And that horse has a good chance to be the pace setter. And if it can get out to the front, has that lone E status. And we saw one of those yesterday that got to the front with that lone E status and stayed there. And then Spirit of Hope, it is that first-time starter. The works are solid. Bill Mott, obviously, a solid trainer. I just think there's a chance that one might be overbet. And when I have a bunch of yeses, I'm slower to put the first-time starters above them. Decent score in there. I would have liked to have seen a little bit better workouts, but you don't know. Maybe Bill Mott's hanging on to him because he's not known for one that really presses horses, right?
Right.
The 5 horse designated today to be the crypto, but he's taking that back. The 2 and the 5 are cryptic codes in West Palm Beach, Dynasty Kingdom. And guess what? Fluffy is the second. The 2 horse, yeah. How about that? Tip for Toppy, use Smith system for safety. What did I want to say in there? Something I wanted to add in there. Hold on. Oh, I know. Have you ever been to Ocala, Florida? Driven through there, Terry?
I have not.
So I've had to take a couple of trips down by car into Florida lately. And if you drive through Ocala, that's like the breeding capital of the world now, it seems like. Like so many big thoroughbred farms down there. And it reminds me of, if you remember the show Dallas?
Yeah.
The farm that J.R. Ewing had, like when you walked up and they had like that big gate and it had like people's names and stuff on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that. And you got these big, vast areas of grass. And then you see like the training facilities. It's really kind of nice. If you ever have a chance to drive down through there, or if you have already, let us know what you think about it in the comment section. It's like race 2. They're starting to get themselves ready to go. So before we talk about race 7, real quick, let's take a look at race 2. The 1 horse is your favorite, 8-5, Terry. We got 3-2, so you're still getting some value there. The 4 horse, 7-2, 22-1. Maybe one. Is it raining there already? It looks like it's going to rain, or either that or just the camera's kind of gray. The 7 horse is your favorite, Downtown Row at 8-5. So you get 2 co-favorites in that. The 5 horse, 3-1, no. The 3 horse, 11-1. So the 3 and the 4, Terry, that's where you can find some value. 3 and 4. So a $1 exacta box for $2. And if those 2 come home, you're going to get paid. Probably not as well as the first race, but maybe close.
Yeah.
It's really gray down there. It looks like it's going to rain. Let's see. The Gulfstream Park. Yeah, it's supposed to rain down there today, so I think you're about to see some of that show up, and a lot of those races are going to come off the turf, I would guess, then in the afternoon, which will change the way things play, right?
It sure will. Yeah.
All good kids love milk. I must have been a great kid because I would drink like a gallon of milk a day. Drove my parents crazy. Wouldn't have worked very well during those inflationary times we just lived through.
Nope.
All right, come on, horses. Let's get going. The 7 horse, reluctant to load. He's given the jockey's assistant there a little bit of attitude. I think that's what Terry would have been like too if he was a horse. You'd give him a little bit of attitude, like and then finally go into the gates and get ready to go. They're all set. They're all off. And nobody getting off to a funky start except that 1 horse just darted out of the gates, Terry, about a length and a half in front of everybody else.
Wow.
You're going to have to catch that one, Terry. The 1 horse out on the lead there. Viola. He's like 3 lengths, 4 lengths of everybody else. His tail is on fire. That's how fast he's going.
Wow.
Let's see what kind of, but everybody else is kind of closing in now as the jockey settles on. Didn't really run that fast, 22 and 22. The 4 horse rolling on the outside, Terry. Chit chat. I thought maybe that might have been the name for Private Ross on the jockey, the caddy name. The 1 and the 4, they're kind of weaving. I think the 4 is going to run by this guy at the end there, Terry. He is going to run by at the end. Maybe it's going to go long shot. I don't know. Those 2 are battling. It's going to be close, but it's going to go 4-1 and then something else. 4-1 in race number 2. Let's see. Race 2. Neither one of us had the 4 horse. How about that? Chit chat.
Knocked me right out. Knocked us both out of the pick 4.
Yeah, let's take a look at that chit chat horse in there and our. Well, we said that horse was one to look at the odds on. He was looking at this, Terry. The second, I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. This is exactly why these smart sheets, folks, when they become available, mass audience. How do you miss this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there in the simulation odds. You see that the 4-horse did show a little bit better pace last time out. And look at this, Terry.
The
He
best.
is your C-zone favorite,
Yeah.
and by a lot. And he did great down here, but I mean, not too far off all these other horses. Essentially a tie, 155 with the 3, the 6, and the 4. So at 9-1, then the 1 horse. You want to know what's something silly, Terry?
What's that?
So the race went 4, 1, 5, and then 3.
Wow.
Super effective right there. And that one's probably going to pay plenty.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, guess what we didn't have?
We didn't have that.
Next race for you and me. Hopefully we have something. Come on now. That's going to be race number 7. Race 7. The last of the pick 4s. 5 furlongs maybe on the turf. If not, it'll probably get moved off to the all-weather. As of right now on the turf, you're looking at early speed with 56% going wire to wire. In the event it gets moved to the all-weather, race number 2, race number 3, early speed. So it should look a lot like the same. Speed should matter no matter what surface they're running on. So in race number 7, we got 2 burners.
Yeah, look at the 5 and the 7. The 5 has the most speed according to the data, but the 7 could have something to say about it.
And everybody wants to be middle forward. These kind of races where everybody bunches up, Terry, you kind of want to look at C-zones, and 2 of them stand out.
So 6 and an 8 are way up in the 90% area, which means they're way above the 50% threshold that we like to see. But the 2 and the 3 are just above the 50% threshold, along with that 4.
4 and 5, class droppers. Everybody else kind of moving up. A lot of horses in here showing improvement. The 4, the 5, the 6. You like horses on the upswing, those horses should catch your attention. You're looking for jockeys and trainer who catches your attention.
Well, the 5's the best jockey according to the data, 3 the best trainer, but I think the 5's the best jockey trainer combination.
So par speed figure here is 85, Terry. We see here with the 3-horse Pillar of Beauty, 97. Got a lot of upside potential in its second start, Terry. Maybe the type of horse that can find its way into a stakes race. Catalina, 3-point last race speed figure, though that second race upside horse has the most late speed and showed the best total pace so far. So maybe that 3-horse Pillar of Beauty in its second start and put up a pillar of a beauty of a race. That's what you think.
Yeah, I like Pillar of the Beauty. One debut race at Gulfstream Park has a high percentage win trainer and jockey. Lasix is added. Then the 5, My Sweetheart, finished 3rd versus Tougher on the dirt in last race. Drops in class today. Has a high percentage win trainer. Switches a high percentage win jockey. Catalona, the 2, ran 2nd versus similar in the last race as a favorite, but the trainer wins 25% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. And the jockey has a strong win rate. And then the 8, My Long Shot, early speed running style helps chances. And the trainer and jockey have a strong win rate. I'm going to play the last Miami Vice, Don Johnson Big 4. I'm going to use the 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 with the 3, 5, with the 1, 5, with the 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, $50 ticket.
I have the 3-horse in that second race too, Pillar of Beauty. If it lives up to its second race ability, it will be a beauty. Getting Lasix, I think, will be helpful too. My Sweetheart, the 5. Terry and I have the same exact. It has speed. Getting first-time Lasix, some excellent works, and IRAD riding, as our picks are exactly the same here. Catalonia, simulation favorite, yes horse. Definitely been in versus better. I think a couple of races back in a grade 3. And then the 8-horse Spinelli was a tough call for me over the 7 Sapphire Beach. But I went with the 8 because it has the best C-zone and is a yes horse. Again, I want to rewind back to race number 2. The 4-1 and even the 1 was still some value there as well, because I remember it was like 8-5 instead of 3-2. But that exacta in race number 2 paid $27.30. If you put the 5 in there for your trifecta, that paid $31.90. If you did the superfecta for $1.20, you got back, what did you get back there? $16.76. And the daily double, so if you had taken the 4 and the 1 in your daily double, and the race number 1, you took the, who won the race number 1, Terry? The 2 horse.
2, yes.
Yeah, so had you gone 3x2 in that, or maybe you do 3x3. I don't know how people do their daily doubles, but that daily double paid $285.40, and both of which are very gettable from the smart sheets.
That's right.
Soon, I promise you. Tomorrow I have a little bit of time in the morning because of our conflict of schedule. I'm just working on the presentation now. Everything else is done so that the smart sheets look like this, except with a little more branding on them. And right now they don't quite look like that. Doing programming to get stuff to look like this can be kind of tedious. But once we get it to look just like this, we'll be able to get the smart sheets out for every single thoroughbred track and quarter horse track in the U.S. and whatever Canadian tracks we get BrisNet data for. And then once we get that settled in, if you folks are watching from, we got some other things to add to it. Once we get the whole U.S. thing squared up, we're gonna take our shows overseas, Terry.
That's right.
Use our data anyway. It's coming, folks. I promise you. It's just like a project around the house. You think it's going to take a couple of days, and it ends up taking a year. Another maiden race, 1 mile and a 16th, for sure going to be on the all-weather by the time we get there, Terry. 1 mile and a 16th, profile of a winner. Stalkers and closers, 14% go wire to wire, which is about, average. Outside horses do better than inside horses. So we're looking for closers in race number 8. So instead of identifying speed, Terry, let's identify late speed.
Well, look at that 5. Wow, it has a really nice number there. And it's, what is that, 4 lengths better than anything else in there on closing?
Isn't that crazy or what?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is a lot. Well, there's a maiden race. So our speed figure is 87, Terry. And what don't we see?
Nobody's ever done that, but the 5 did get within 1 point of equaling or exceeding that speed par number, and then the 2 got within 5 points, and then the 5 has a pretty good chance to do it again today.
So does the 2 horse. Again, second race par ability, believing. Don't stop believing. That horse might have you believing, because if it can get to 95, that's pretty well past that 87. So an excellent chance for believing to be the one that you do believe in. Those 2 do have the top simulation odds. The 2 horse in its debut, 3-point speed figure better than everybody else, Terry. As far as the C zones are concerned, you got 2 of them that look pretty good.
Yeah, that 5 has a really nice one at 94%, and then the 6 has a 63%. So both those horses will be very comfortable, especially the 5.
So with the 6 and the 7 having some experience, both being no's, you definitely got to pay attention to the 1, the 3, and the 4 as first-time starters. They're pretty tightly bunched in there. There's really not a big difference in their scores. So how do you score this race, Terry?
Well, I like in this race, if I can get to my sheet here, I like, let's see, we're in the 8th race, right? I like the 3 Z Jeter, first-time starter whose dam has 1 winner from 1 starter, has a high percentage winning trainer. And by the way, this is my best bet of the day. Brad Cox is the trainer, and the rider is Irad Ortiz. So 3 is the best bet. I'm going for a second best bet win in a row. Second day in a row. Then I like the 5 Scope, finished 3rd versus similar on the turf in the last race. Trainer and jockey have high win rates, late 6s added. And then Believin', the 2 that you were talking about, beating only 1.5 lengths versus similar on turf, and the only start has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then another first-time starter, the 1, Chaos Agent, first time starter who has 2 winners from 3 starters and has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. I'm going to bet 20 to win on the 7. I'm sorry,
7?
3 on the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you know the 7's going to win, and you're going to regret that. All right.
That's right. And then I'm going to bet a $10 exacta box 3-5, and a $10 exacta 3 on top with a 1-2-5, and then a $5 exacta. I'm going to box a 1-2-5. Well, I got that. I'm sorry, 2-3-5. I've got that thing all gooped up, don't I?
Well, we'll get it corrected by the time we post it over on horseracingtoday.net. In just a few minutes when the show's over, you'll find all of that over there. Our picks, our thoughts. I'll timestamp every race in the description on YouTube so you can come back and watch and perhaps unconfuse yourself. Terry and I are doing a good job of confusing ourselves and you. I have the 2-horse Believin'. No confusion for me as to which one's going to win with that second race upside. Puts that horse again borderline, at least low-level, non-greatest stake stuff. The 5-horse Scope does have a big C-zone. That's that 21-point late speed edge. That's a phenomenal. That's a 4-length lead. So if that guy's anywhere remotely close coming out of that turn, it's going to be see you later, bye-bye. And getting that first-time Lasix probably gives him a little extra boost to boot. Then you got a couple of first-time starters. Jeter, it's the top-rated first starter. The 4-horse Lanham is the second-best first-time starter. You could put the 1 there in there as well if that's what you like. I have no bets. I don't like to stand on Terry's best bet of the day. Race 9. 2 races to go. In the 9th race, Terry, the first leg of the late daily double. We're going to finally get away from maiden races. We are. It's claiming 8,000. Maybe the maiden race would be better. I'm not sure. They're going to go $170 on the all-weather for sure. They will run $170 on the all-weather, no matter what the weather does. Add $170 on the Tapeta course. 34%. Walter Payton goes wire to wire, Terry. There's a rail discount for Salvatore Prince, but everybody else gets a fair trip. So speed, despite the distance, it's a good way to get there. And, well, we do have a fast one.
That's right. The 2 has the most speed of anybody in there, so it should get out of there and get to that quarter pole first.
And our race shape is pretty interesting, Terry, because nobody really wants to be a pace setter. So that 2-horse, typical closer, becomes a left arrow horse. I would have loved me the 2, Frank's Art, if it had a stronger C-zone in there, Terry. In these kind of blob races, C-zones show up a lot. We got a couple of them over 50%.
Yeah, the 3 and the 7 are over 50%, but the 4 and 5 come very, very close to that 50% threshold.
We also take a close look at overlays because everybody here has either hit par or come within 1 point. So all of them can get the job done, Terry. So if all of them can get the job done, you might as well get the ones that are on the biggest discount. And who are they?
Well, the 2 is from 5 to 2 to 4 to 1, and the 3 has a nice one from 7 to 2 to 20 to 1.
It's a big number. Yeah, that's the only 2 in there, huh? All right, well, I see that. Improvement, Sunshine Frolic, as well as the 1 Salvatore Prince. Salvatore. Everybody's dropping in class there, Terry. So that's everyone facing off a little lighter company. Who is the class over here?
The 5 has the best jockey and trainer, so it's the best combination.
And it does indeed. The 2-horse is your simulation favorite. That 3, that big overlay. Over here, the 2 is also your top total pace. He's got a chance to be on the lead, Terry. Does have the most late speed. Maybe he goes wire to wire. What do you think?
Well, take a look and see that I like in this race the 1. Salvatore Prince ran second versus Tupper in last race. High speed figure today's distance. Drops in class today. Trainer has a high percentage winning trainer. Trained by a high percentage winning trainer who wins 18% of the starts on all weather tracks with his mounts. And then the 5 Roscoe Pine, trained by a high percentage winning trainer. 66% of the starts when the horse is going down 2+ classes. Switches to high percentage winning jockey Frank's Art. The 2 finished 3rd versus Tupper in the last race. Drops in class today. Highest last speed rating. I like the 6 as my long shot. Likes Gulfstream. Been in the money 53% of the time, winning 18% of the starts, and then finished in the money at today's distance 54% of the time, winning 23% of the starts. No addition for me as I'm completely out of money.
the 5 for me. It's my top pick. Roscoe Pine, it is, of all the class droppers, the biggest class dropper in the field. Better late pace, better fractions early on. So it improved in both ends of the race. Number 2, Frank's Art, simulation favorite, on the lead, top total pace horse. Then I got that shot in there, Manhattan Boy. Going to take a shot with that strong C-zone, those big overlay odds. Plenty of back class. I'm just going to toss out that last race. Number 7, Full Nelson. Tough call for me over Terry's Salvatore Prince, but just has more Gulfstream Park upside. This is a very bettable race. I didn't bet it. I think I would have $8 left, something like that.
You do, yeah. Right? You have $8.
So I'm going to do a $1. Maybe I'll do. Do I like the 5 horse figs? I'll do a 50-cent. If I did a $1 trifecta box, right? Mm-hmm. That's going to cost me $6, right? No. That wouldn't work. No, that would cost me $24.
Yeah.
I did all 4 horses. So I'll just do a $1 exacta box. I'll do the 5 with the 1, 2, 3, and 7, and hope that pays more than $5. There we go. I spent $1. All right. Final race of the day before we move off to race number 10. Terry and I again will return Monday and Tuesday for parks like we always do. Hey, Christopher D'Souza, nice to meet you. Race 8, $50 to win on the 2. Frank's Art. All right. That's race number 8, though. That is my 2 horse. Believe it. Yeah, my boy. Yeah, not throwing a grenade in our picks. Thank you. Race number 9. He's got the 4 horse. Boo. Boo. You can go home now.
Look, he's got that two horse in the 8th race at 50 to win. Wow, he didn't even use my horse in there at all, even in the exacta or trifecta.
He likes to throw the grenades in the picks. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make some more picks Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, Terry, for the final time today. You can help us out by how?
Well, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell so you're notified about all the programs coming up. Copy the link below and share it with everybody you know. Go to our social sites at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Horse Racing, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like. And keep these comments coming and picks like Christopher D'Souza and Private Ross 99.
There's a horse race today. I tried to get horse racing today, but somebody had taken it already. So horse race today. And here's Horse Racing Radar TV. And the finale for Terry and I today on Horse Racing TV for this week. Unfortunately, again, scheduling conflict between Thomas and I doesn't allow for us to do 4 and Friday. So it opens up the window for me to spend a little bit more time banging my head on my desk, fighting with ChatGPT as I have it help me with the code, but I'm almost done. Not too many bruises, but definitely a lot of CTE from banging my head on the desk. 1 mile on the turf. If they get to the turf, Terry, by the end of the day, you see over here, it's 1 complete trip around the track. We're going to start and finish in the same place. And if they run on the turf, stalkers and closers do well. It's still 23% go wire to wire. Oasis Prince, I think he scratched out. So the 2 horse, Hot and Lucky, that might be the one that gets the best trip. 8 and out, they do pretty good too, Terry. 4 through 7 is fair. Post 2 and 3 get a little bit of tough. Anything in race number 10 from the smart sheets that stands out to you?
Well, take a look there that all of them have equaled or exceeded the speed par number, and even the 3 came within 4 points of that. And then you can see there that our 2 horses have plenty of speed. They're almost exactly the same data. They going to go head to head to that quarter pole if they both get a good break. As far as overlays go, you can take a look there and see that 3 has a nice overlay from 22 to 1 to 50 to 1. The 4 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 7 to 2. The 6 has an overlay from, 3 to 1 to 10 to 1. And the 7's overlay is 9 to 2 to 5 to 1. Best jockey is the 8. Best trainer is the 9. The best trainer jockey combination is the 9.
Well, race shape here tells us, Terry, that most of these horses want to be middle back. Get forward, you got a good shot. The 4 horse doesn't need to lead, can pilot or co-pilot, so I have some versatility in there. That 3 horse, that overlay, Fredericksburg, Terry, pretty strong C-zone. That might be one of those long shots that you just toss into your ticket just in case. You have the 4 horse with some better early pace. The only one to show improved fractions The inside 4 horses all moving up in class. The outside 4 horses moving down in class. Without a money. That one is your biggest class dropper on the day in there, Terry. Stealing bases. Might steal this one. 5-point last race speed figure edge. The 4 horse is your simulation favorite, although the 6 is not far behind. The 9 horse with the most late speed, top jockey trainer combination, also your top total pace horse. Terry, the finale can be won by a lot of different angles. Which angle did you pick to bring home the last race of the day?
I picked the 4, finished in the money in the last 6 starts, winning 2 of the races, has an early foot, so the shorter distance should help. Adversary, the 9, won last race at Gulfstream Park, switches to high percentage trainer and has a high percentage winning jockey. Out of money, the 7 finished in the money in the last 2 races of the last 3 starts. Winning 1 race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Stealing bases, the 6 won last race at Gulfstream Park, highest speed figure at today's distance. Best turf speed is fast among today's starters. And he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm all out of money, just like the 7, and so I don't have anything bet.
Lauren, thank you for joining us today. Lauren, LAUREN _ SCHAAP just does a tremendous job aggregating picks for everybody over on his X feed. So make sure you go over there again, Lauren _ Shap at X. Just take advantage of his work, folks. He puts a lot of time in to aggregate picks out there for you and let you kind of know what a lot of people across a lot of different markets think. We appreciate you spending your time here with us, Lauren. There's a lot of options out there on the great wide web. I have the 4 horse Murabe. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it has one of those like French or English horses' names that run on turf. So what the hell? It is the same. It is the simulation favorite with room to pop in the second start after a layoff. And this is the first time this horse is making 2 starts in a row since July. You can see that down here. I call that a finally healthy horse, right? A horse that did run pretty well. And then, he started off and off the sidelines. So here you go. Second time up, this horse should be finally healthy and ready to put in a good race. I hope, anyway. After that, I have the 9 horse Adversary is our top total pace. Strong C zone, 2. Most late speed. Number 8, Baytown Parfait. Top par plus horse, over 50%. An incredibly steady horse. So if you get the 8 horse with 8-1 odds, I mean, that's a code in my view. You got to put him in your picks. And then the 6 horse, Stealing Bases. I don't know what the hell I have on there, but this horse is the top last race speed figure, 5 points better than everybody else. Right distance 2, 1 mile. He's done it 3 times, 2 wins in the third. You put the horse at any other distance 7 times. 0 wins, 0 seconds, and 2 thirds. I love when I write notes and I have no idea what the hell my notes mean, Terry. It's always fun. At the time, I knew exactly what it meant, but I don't know. All right, race number 1, the 2 horse won. The 4 horse came second. Race number 2, Terry, I think, who won race number 2? It was a long shot. I remember that.
I think it was the 1?
I don't
No, we didn't have, neither of us had, it was the 4 horse.
The 4 horse, yes. And he was the second choice in the smart sheets. So here's how we see the rest of the day. Here are our picks for the rest of the day. Race number 3, I have a trifecta box with the 8, the 3, the 7, and the 9. A race coming up in just a second. Race number 4, we have the second of the 3 pick 4s. Race number 5, an exact key box. Race number 6, nada. Race number 7, the late pick 4. Race number 8, Terry's best bet of the day. I have a late entry for my exact key box. And then race number 10, we have another exact key box. What the hell? One more time. 3 picks today. Mahoning Valley over at Guaranteed Tip Sheets. In a moment, just a few minutes, we'll post all of our picks over at horseracingtoday.net right on the homepage there. It'll say Gulfstream Park. Click on that. You'll see here, today's smart sheets. You got to learn how to use them, folks. I think they're one of the best tools I've ever used, and I'm not just patting myself on the back. They do help. Smart sheet explanations right there. If you like what we do, there's a tip jar right there. Kindly click on that, and then a link to the free track We'll again timestamp every race. Hit that HRT gear button. Get yourself a hat, a t-shirt, some spring wear, because Puxatani Phil says we only have 6 weeks left of winter before the spring comes. That's not a long time, Terry.
No.
Have you ever been to Puxatawny, Pennsylvania?
No.
That's like one thing I want to do. I feel like that would be a fun thing to do, is to go to Puxatawny, Pennsylvania for Groundhog Day. Don't you think?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I've been to Pennsylvania, but never to that place.
Yeah, funny. I grew up there, and I never went over there. I'm going to go there one day. All right, race number 3, they're running, and I can't tell who's doing what. But our friend Peter Aiello says May Mischief is on the lead. The one horse down inside there might get a good run on that guy. Then you have a whole host of horses, and there's 7 horses coming pretty good on the rail. Although the 4 horse, another 4 horse, Sarah's Rose.
Yeah.
No Fluffy to be found. Okay, well, the 8 horse up on the lead there. And, well, race number 3. Do I have the 4? I don't have the 4 horse. It's going to screw up my trifecta box. And then down on the rail, the 1 horse. Nobody's really coming. Come on, folks. Let's go. Oh, yeah, nobody's going. It's going to be the 8 horse followed by the 4 horse. Then I think the 7 horse is going to make its way maybe in the 3rd, but if not, the 1 horse. But the 8 horse, a very easy winner for May Mischief from 3 to 5, from 7 to 5 down to the, what did he go off at? 3 to 5. And they had the odds backwards in the morning line odds. So let's take a look at smart sheets in race number 3. The 8 horse was your 3 to 2 simulation favorite. The 1 horse was a maybe horse. Didn't show up in there, Terry. The jockey trainer a little bit suspect, although he should have got a good trip in that EP spot. What else do we see here with that 8 horse? So a horse that got a chance to get to the front, got to the front with the strongest C-zone. I've said many times that is a way to the winner's circle. And indeed, it did so as your biggest class dropper. I don't know that 3 to 5 I would have bet him if I were at the track, but smart sheets once again identifying a horse that should have been in your picks. Any final thoughts today, Terry, before you and I break off until Monday?
Well, just if you're got plans today to bet the races, I hope you do very well doing that. If not, whatever else you're going to do today, be successful at it, be safe, and give your loved ones a hug and a kiss so that you never know what's going to happen from day to day. Other than that, see you next Monday.
You just have no idea. Life can change
That's
in
right.
an instant, according to Creed. Hopefully, it changes for the better. Doesn't always have to be worse, right? It could be better too. So let's hope that your life changes in the way that you want it to change, because it is filled with God's grace, God's favor, and everything that you do ends up in
the winner's circle.
Yes, indeed. Enjoy your weekend, folks. Terry and I will be back for Monday, from Money Monday at Parks. Until then, be blessed.